what's up, everybody? Mr. Saturn here, and I have another interview for you guys. This fighter is a SoCal native fighting in the cruiserweight division with a 2-0 record in BKFC. Iman Williams, what's up, bud?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for doing this interview with me. I know I reached out a couple of times, but you just won a fight in November, so I know things get a little hectic, but nevertheless, I really appreciate you hanging out with me right now.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, dude. So again, yeah. So you won your fight, dude. And was this your first time fighting in California?
That was my second time fighting in California. My first time
You
fight, I fought at heavyweight at Pachanga. I fought against a guy
okay?
named Gabe Mata.
Okay. That's right. I was there too. I was there live, so that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, yeah. And the second one was at Acrisure out
Yes,
in
right.
Palm Desert.
So about the Palm Desert one at the Acrisure, it's funny because I was there for the weigh-ins on Friday night, and there's this big dude who was trying to get some footage. Now I don't disrespect nobody or nothing, but I like to talk to people. I was like, oh hey, what's going on? Who are you here for? He's like, my son. Like real serious. It's like, oh shoot, I better not I better not
Yeah,
mess it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So your dad was there, very proud of you, bro. Did your dad tell you, give you any words after your victory in November? I think it was November.
Yeah, I think it was November, November 18th, I believe. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
my pops was always a good force, especially for fighting wise. My dad forgets more about fighting than I'll ever know. So, yeah, it was good to have him and talk to him about all that. And then he was telling me, good fight, put him out early. Me and him had our little scuffle in between rounds where him and I were arguing in between rounds because he's telling me to stop talking to him and stop bullshitting and, get to the money, get to what they're paying you to do, which is to fucking hurt this man, So quoting my dad there. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
my dad always wants the great performances, so I'm always trying to give him the best one. So there's a lot of that. Still, good job, but let's get ready for the next one.
Is there any news on your next fight? Maybe come because they're coming back to the Acrisure again. You think you're gonna be on that?
Oh fuck yeah, yeah. So between myself and my agent, we've had a few conversations about a couple of potential cards. There was a couple few that my name was looming around that they
Hmm.
just couldn't get me the right opponent, I guess, or whatever they do on BKFC side. So they're probably looking at, I think, back at Acrisure. So it'll be good to
Yeah.
get back over there where I performed already before, and keep building my fan base in California, which I do have a good few now, which is pretty interesting and cool and fun. And the bare knuckle, family or fan base is unique, and I like being a part of it, and I like being the fucking warrior. So yeah, so hopefully back at Acrisure. I believe that one's in what, May, right?
May, yes, sir. Yeah. It's very exciting, dude. And like I mentioned before, you are a Cali native, dude. Are you originally from Long Beach? Is this where you're born or Riverside? So you're fighting out of Riverside, I believe.
No, no, no. So I fight out of Fortune's Gym, which is right here in Hollywood, California. But
Okay.
I'm born and from I'm born and from Long Beach. So I don't know where the
Okay.
Riverside one came from. That one, I don't know
It's
how that one got attached to my name. That one still is
it
beyond
did.
me. I've been fighting out of LA my whole life. So
I am. Me too. I'm a Long Beach native, dude. I was born and somewhat raised here in Long Beach, dude. So I definitely want to touch up on some Long Beach questions if you're down.
yeah, I'm not too hip, not too versed. So I was born in Memorial. I spent a lot of my early childhood. I lived on PCH on one of the high rises, and on Third. So that was just my early childhood. I'm sorry, and then after that, I moved around. Family moving around and all that.
Same. Has fighting always been a thing with you, like something you were interested in? I believe your dad was a fighter as well. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah. My dad's a former champion, former heavyweight champion. So my dad won a few titles in his days, but my dad was boxing, not bare knuckle. So my dad. It's cool to say that my pops comes from the last like real dominant era of heavyweights when every fucking heavyweight could crack and not just a few of them
Yeah.
like today. So yeah, my dad was the last of a dying breed in that whole era.
And have you always been interested in fighting? Were you always into some kind of combat sports growing up? Were you
Yeah,
involved?
for sure. Yeah, yeah, always because my pops was fighting, and for a long time it was like football and basketball, and all the fun shit you do when you're in high school and all that. Growing up to high school. But my dad, he always had us boxing and always had us doing our thing, fighting wise, and keeping us in the gym and training. So, but as I got into my adult life, I spent my early 20s doing, what all the early 20 peoples do, having fun, chasing pussy, all the good shit. But
For sure.
yeah, when I was like, yeah, what you all do? And then around 26, 27 is when I was like, if there's ever a window for me to fight and do it from seeing it from my childhood and being around it and a part of it, this would be my time to do it. So at 27, I turned pro. Yeah, turned 27, turned pro 27, and then been moving ever since.
So you started out in boxing and then you transitioned into bare knuckle. How did that even come to fruition? Like what were the steps to that? How did that work out?
Okay, so that one is a tricky and interesting journey. So I know quite a few people
Okay.
who are okay. So look, a few years ago when I was in my early career, I met a gentleman named Yevgeny Kurdanov, the sailor. So I know Yevgeny; he's a friend of mine. So I met Yevgeny through we were working out, the whole boxing environment. I met Yevgeny and I trained with him. I sparred with him a few times. He's a little bit smaller than me. I was a heavyweight, a proper heavyweight then. And he just moved around and he talked to me. He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "You're a good boxer. You're real skilled and real talented, but you'll be great for bare knuckle." First time I heard anybody tell me bare knuckle, and then I looked it up. I watched some fights, and and then Yevgeny fought, and then I met a gentleman by the name of Keith, the Officer Richardson, who has also
Hmm.
fought on bare knuckle. I think like 3 or 4 times now. Who actually fought and beat Cody Vidal, who's a top guy right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was there for that one. I was in Keith's corner for that one. So yeah, I met
Yeah.
Keith at another gym, and then come to find out, my father and Keith have known each other for 20 some odd years or whatever it is, 20
Yeah.
25 years. And then Keith fought, and then me and my father helped prep him for those first few fights. And then I think after Keith's second one, first time Keith fought somebody, Frank Lester. Yeah, he fought Frank Lester, and Keith beat Frank Lester, and then Keith fought Cody Vidal, and then he beat Cody Vidal. And after those first two fights that I saw, I was like, all right, I I can do this. And then also being there at Bare Knuckle, talking to the Bare Knuckle people, I met a lot of those people there. Being there with Keith, who also told me, he's like, yeah, bro, if you fucking boxing's great, but in my opinion, I started a little bit too late to get really, really going in boxing. To really have a great career in boxing, you have to start very, very, very young and have a decorated amateur career and things like that. So I didn't really have a decorated amateur career. I didn't really have, shit, I only had 18 fights in the amateurs, and then I turned pro. So bare knuckle seemed like a great option for me. And then, they were talking to me and they were also trying to get me to come fight for them. And after two with Keith, and I saw the talent and I saw the fighters and I saw the environment and I got used to the knuckles, and the blood and all
Yeah.
that. I was like, yeah,
So it
I
was
could do this. I got something for bare knuckle.
okay. So just other than getting used to the knuckles itself, did you find it difficult to transition from boxing to bare knuckle?
No, definitely not at all. The only difference is the thinking, if I get hit or when I get hit, will I get cut or will it be a fight? Will it be a punch or a hit that's going to really do some damage to me? That's, in my opinion, the only thing that changes because the game is the same. Put your hands up, punch, offense, defense, punching and
Hmm.
defending and getting effective and critical shots. But I think, for my opinion, what changes is where you're fucking aiming and what you're shooting for. You know what I mean?
So you mentioned before that you were saying us like dad would always put us in the fighting. Do you have siblings that also train?
Yes, but not anymore because now they're, working and fathers and have all their whole thing going on
Life.
for them. Their lives have moved
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know how it goes to everybody.
Hell yeah. It hits everybody if you don't, yeah, if you don't have a direction, life's just gonna come and you're gonna get married and have kids.
Oh yeah, brother. Comes for everybody. Hopefully,
Uh,
God willing.
um, so talking about the Acrisure in May, did you probably have anybody in mind? Because I mean, you did come from the outside in. I mean, everybody did, but watching these fights and stuff, did you ever say, or is there anybody like, you know what, it'd be cool to fight him, or I would like to fight him? Do you have anybody in mind that you may want to fight in May?
Oh man, if he'd be willing to come down to cruiserweight, or if he'd be willing to meet me a little bit above cruiserweight and heavyweight, I'd like to fight. What's his Tommy Gunn's son? What's his name?
Um,
Kenzie Morris.
Kenzie Morrison.
Kenzie
Yeah, yeah,
Morrison would
yeah,
be a fun one because yeah, I think that would be a fun one for like one for myself, two for the fans, two for the bare knuckle fans. You got my father who was, a great heavyweight in his time, and then also his father who was, Tommy. I say Tommy Gunn foolishly, but that's not who he is. That's the Rocky Tommy the Duke Morrison, which is his
the
father.
Duke Morrison.
So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
just think that would be right. You know what I mean? Tommy the Duke, who was a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? As bad as my old man was in an era when every heavyweight could
yeah.
crack. So I think that'd be a good one. I think that'd be a good fun one for the fans.
Tommy Morrison was in Rocky Four, wasn't he? Is that the same Morrison we're talking about?
Yes, sir. It's Rocky Five. Yeah, Rocky
Rocky
Five. He
Five.
played Tommy. Yeah, yeah. Hey man,
Yeah,
Rocky's great, man. I'm a boxer. I'm a fighter, man. I love
that's right.
Rocky. Yeah, he
Hell
was in the
yeah.
fifth one. Rocky Five.
Yeah, okay. I knew I
Yeah,
wasn't tripping.
Tommy Gunn.
Tommy
Yeah,
Gunn, yeah.
Tommy Gunn, but he's actually Tommy the Duke Morrison.
That's right. That's right. It's funny because when I saw that movie, because I grew up watching those movies, it's movies that my dad always put on for us, to inspire us to do something, anything. I never knew he was a boxer
Yeah.
until way later in age.
Oh man, he wasn't just a boxer, bro. He was a killer. That motherfucker
Yeah,
was a shark to blood and water. It was beautiful to see. I loved it.
that's right. What do you think separates? I'm probably just answering this question myself, but I guess I want to hear your opinion. What do you think separates a boxer versus a bare knuckle fighter?
The s- the strategy, the where you're punching, and the rate or the effectiveness of your punches, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
for me, I'm all soft tissue and vital organs, which is why you know I mean that's the game plan. Soft tissue, vital organs. Because if you're
That's
punching
right.
anything abrupt or abrasive, you're just gonna break your fucking hand, or it's just gonna fucking hurt. Which I learned because when I fought Gabe Mata, God bless his soul, when I hit him with a right hand, I hit him with a right hook, boom, and my immediately when I hit him in the head, my hand immediately hurt to the point where in my head I was like, oh, I broke my hand. But thankfully I did. Right, but right when it happened, right when I hit him, I was like, "Wow, I broke my hand," and then I just kept fucking fighting. And then later after the fight, I'm like, "Oh, you good? I'm good. It hurts like shit, but
Yeah,
I'm good." So then that right there, I took those little notes and I applied that to something moving forward. And you can see when I fought
Glover.
Lewis Glover, Sweet Lou, God
Yeah,
bless his soul
yeah.
too. When I fought him, a
Good
lot of my
man.
strikes were very very direct, very, very forward, very dot, 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 coming around, keeping it all soft tissue and then vital organs coming to the body. So, because the body breaks anything down in any fucking combat sport. So, you know, all you other bare knuckle guys, man, I'm on you motherfuckers, man. And oh man, I'm going for it, man. I'm gonna have a
I
sick
like
run.
it.
I'm ready to go again.
Hell yeah. I like when you guys talk like that, man. Like it I mean, I'm just interviewing you, but I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm expecting now some, like more growth, more action, like yeah, and it's nice to hear you guys the confidence you guys ooze sometimes. I mean, it's addicting sometimes too. So
Thanks, man.
that's
Appreciate it. It's chess, not checkers, man. It really is.
yeah,
So,
that's right.
you gotta really
Um,
be the thinker.
that's right. That's right. Amen. All right. So I I don't remember. I have such a bad memory. I don't think I got to interview your last opponent, but we did speak. Um,
Oh,
I'm getting to a
Lewis.
question here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm getting to a question here, but so during the after your first round with him, camera cut to you guys, and I can hear your old man or somebody was saying like, like finish him, like knock him out or something like that. Like, see, I remember something
Yes,
inspiring.
that
Yeah,
was my pops. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And then it
That's my
cuts
old
over
man.
to yeah, it cuts over to Lewis, and his corner was pretty much silent. And I mentioned to that when we were talking, I'm like, I thought it was pretty odd that they weren't even trying to give you any. It's almost like they weren't even watching the fight, so they had nothing to say.
Yeah,
And
no pointers.
yeah, so I guess my question is, how important is a corner? And a corner, maybe do you think it's best if you involve trainers, family, friends? Like, how important is a corner to you, at least?
The corner is shit, man. That's everything, man. The corner is a big part of it because whew, how's it work? So training is all the physical. All training is all the physical. You do it every day. You grind away. You put your body through it. You train, as every fighter knows. You put in work. You do camp. The trainers, your coaches, are meant to keep this here, to keep this steady, because a lot of camp is a lot of self isolation, a lot of hard fucking work, a lot of no thank you, I'm good, or I gotta go home, or I'm chilling, or I don't want to drink that, or
Sure.
whatever. So it's a lot of control, which there's a lot of zen to it, but there's also a lot of going around to it as well. So that's what your coaches are there for as well, and also to keep training you and getting you ready to fight. So when you're there at the show, prime example, a great example for myself. I don't sit in between fucking rounds. And the reason being is because I didn't come here to fucking sit. I came here to fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's the mindset. It's the mindset. I didn't come here to sit. I came here to fight. I didn't come here like my old man tries to give me water. I'll take a little swig. I'll take a little sip if I feel I need so. But there's a few times where my old man tries to give me water. I'm like, no. Why? Because in my head, I didn't come here to drink water. I didn't come here to fucking sit. I came here to fight. And a big problem with, in my opinion, but a lot of coaching now is you got a lot of fucking cheerleaders in the fucking in the corner. So a lot of people that are cheerleading, you come back to the corner and they're like, "How's it going? Are you okay?" And like, is this? You gotta hit him harder. Hit him harder. That'll. I'm like, I know this. This is why I'm here. I'm here to hit him. You got to coach. You got. That's why when I come back, there's a brief moment where my old man, you know, doing a great job at keeping me mentally sharp, but he begins to cheerlead a little bit. You can fuck him up, hurt him, fuck him up, son. Hurt him, son. And in my
Yeah.
head, I'm like, I know this. This is why I'm here. I'm here to hurt him. I want to hurt this man. Tell me how to hurt him. What do you see that I don't see? What is going on? What is happening around you that I don't see because I'm in the game? So you're seeing a whole different aspect of what's happening right now. So then I tell my old man, I'm like, all right, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Don't tell me to hurt him. I know that's the objective. Tell me how to hurt him. And then my old man corrects in the basic fundamentals. Good strong shots. Start with the jab, body shot, back upstairs to the head. So it's keeping that going. You have to coach. You can't cheerlead. And there's a lot of cheerleaders. You come back to the corner and they're just like, "Hey man, you're okay. Here's water. You gotta really work hard to get him." And it's like he fucking knows that. Stupid. He's in the middle of a fight. He knows that. What the fuck? Why? What do you don't think he's trying hard? Like I don't get it. Why don't you tell him what to do? Hey, bro, keep your fucking hands up. Start striking punches. You need to start with your jab and stuff. Like coach him. Tell him what to do. Thinking about it now off the top of my head, bro. Last little bit of my ramble, we can move on, sir. Keith Richardson.
Okay.
When Keith Richardson fought Frank Lester, there's a beautiful moment where this man, we talk about it all the time. He comes back to the corner and I'm sorry, not Frank, with Cody Vidal. Cody Vidal, him when he fought Cody Vidal, the first round was, in my opinion, Keith trying to outmuscle Cody. And Cody's a big boy. Cody's a strong, stocky boy. So Keith immediately was not the stronger man. So when Keith came back to the corner, I wish they caught footage of this. I was like, Keith, you stop trying to be the stronger man. I was like, don't hit him hard, hit him a lot, just overwhelm him with punches. I was like, I've watched him. He's not moving his head. Just overwhelm him with punches. As many as you can throw. I don't care if they're fucking butterfly kisses. Just load him up with
That's right.
punches. And
That's
that's
right.
exactly what Keith did. Keith went right out there and he just got right on his cardio and just started loading up Cody Vidal with punches. All soft tissue. Keith, just ones and twos the whole time. I don't care what he does. He punches, grunts, gives you one big bang. That's fine. Just keep loading him up with punches over and over and over again. And then, see what I'm saying? I coached Keith and I changed the game plan. And then he went out there and effectively did it and won the fight. I didn't cheerlead. I didn't fucking try to root for him. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
difference. It's something I
Hey,
feel personal about. Sorry about this.
no,
Something
of
I feel
course.
personal
No,
about though,
no.
because there's many times where I watch fighters and they're getting their fucking ass whooped and they come back
Yeah,
to the corner and they got the camera right there and they're recording and the coach is not coaching, he's
yeah,
cheerleading, and then they just
yeah.
send him back out there again. And your fighter just goes back out there and gets his ass whooped for another round. I just, I feel I'm a fighter, bro. So I feel like that's
Of
something I feel
course.
personal about. It's like a personal thing.
No, I get it 100%. And just a side note, you can ramble all you want, bro, because this is about you, bro. Do you feel comfortable saying what you got to say, all right? Um,
I made sure to drink coffee before we met up, bro. Yeah,
it's
no, I
all
just got
good,
back
dude.
from the gym, man, and I had my little coffee, and then here we are. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with you, dude, because sometimes I'm not a fighter, but I do pay attention as much as I can. And honestly, it's sometimes when you're fighting, you don't see what others see around you. And specifically, your coaches are the ones supposed to see what you can't, And like you said earlier, they got to do this, this, and that. Or I see him doing this a lot. Or when you come with the right hook, he's going to do this or whatever. I agree with you so much. I'm glad I asked that question because the
yeah,
coaching in the corner, I think, is a huge aspect in the moment. Definitely.
yeah, it's big for the game. It's big for your fighter.
Yeah.
It's everything to him. You need to like because there's also a lot of that too, where like fighters can begin to drown a little bit. If you like, they begin this process where you know, hey man, you lost that last round. And like, there's, in my opinion, that's not a good, hey, you lost that last round. Come back, hey, great fucking round. But look, you're gonna come back out with this and da da da. Like there's a lot of like the mental wave of, what's going on and what's happening for fighters. And it's a big, it's like I said, it's up here. You have to keep your
Hmm.
fighter here. Because once this goes, bro, once a fighter disengages or mentally clocks out, we all see it. You watch it. You're a
Yeah.
fight fan. You watch
Yeah.
fighters. Once the mental's gone, it like stifles them. It
Yeah.
slows down their offense.
You can
That
see it in
that
their
want
face
to
too.
that want to see it in their face, man. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
what makes it worse is the guy you're fighting. He can see that too.
Yeah.
We can see it too. I see it in you too, man. So then
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
him want to get you as well. And then you
Yeah.
got guys really really getting hurt out there, man. When they shouldn't be.
Do you have any? I know considered your coworkers essentially. But do you have any favorite BKFC fighters?
As in fighters that I'm a fan of, fighters I like.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of. We're gonna call it like it is, but I'm a big fan of Lorenzo Hunt. I
Yeah.
like Lorenzo Hunt. I like Lorenzo Hunt the person. I like
Yeah.
Lorenzo Hunt the fighter. I've met Lorenzo Hunt a few times. I'm friends with his cousin outside of BKFC, and I've met him. We fought on the same card together, and he was a great dude, bro. Someone I can't keep. It's hard to say negative things about him. An
Definitely.
excellent fucking shit talker. Someone I literally also that was great too, bro. Because it was so cool to watch him do his shit. Just watch
Yeah.
him like, man, I was just like, it's a great idea. It was just cool watching him be the face of the company. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
tight. And then also being on his card. So I can't help but be a Lorenzo Hunt fan. And I would love to fight Lorenzo. I would be honored to fight that
Oh
man. I would love to,
shit.
shit, man. That'd be great. But we'll get there, man. I got more work to do before I get to
That's
Lorenzo.
right.
I got a
That's
couple
right.
more to take out before I get to the juggernaut.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually quite a few people I interview and fighters that I'm friends with. When Lorenzo gets brought up, they always say the exact same thing. They say, "Yeah, he's a shit talker on TV. He's an awesome fighter, but once you know him in person, he's
Yeah,
like
man.
the most coolest dude, respectful, kind." I'm like, "Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
Great guy. I thought I wasn't gonna like him. You know what I mean? To be honest, and then
because of the shit
I
talking."
met. he has this like larger than life persona. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And then you meet the man, and then the cameras are not on. And he's like, "Hey man, how are you? Nice to meet you." And,
yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
camp, and I've been doing this and running, and oh man, I told him, "Hey man, this my friend is your cousin." And he's like, "Who's that?" And I tell him who it is, and he's like, "Oh yeah, da da da." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, we lightweight peoples, bro. I know people around you. It's nice to meet you officially." And he was just cool, like down to earth. And then I watch him go out there and fucking, you know, put what's his name, Dyer, put Dyer down, bro. It was
Oh my God,
unbelievable.
yeah.
It was unbelievable, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you something about that. So yeah, he put down Dyer. From what I remember, Dyer, I think he dropped him like once or twice. He kind of dazed him a little bit, and then Lorenzo came back. What was that, right?
Oh man,
Yeah,
I I,
and
I appreciate how much Lorenzo got to where he's the most effective, which I thought was in a very like I can't explain this, but I can tell. I can watch him. I watch him think, man. I see him thinking, even though he's hurt. Like I watch him back up and get to where he's the most dangerous. He just gets to his position, and Dyer foolishly got too happy and like chased him in there.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
felt like to me. Like he just followed him into a trap. Lorenzo's backing up, and he gets back on the ropes where he does he's flatlined a few people, gets back to where he's most dangerous. Bow.
That's what happened with Mundell, not so Knucklemania too. Exactly like that.
Yeah, man. It's impressive, man. It's impressive.
I like how you said that though, that you can see him thinking, and now that you mention it, you're 100% right. Like in the fight, you can see the gears are moving. He's
Mhm.
continuing to, yeah, he's
It
continuing to try
it
to position himself.
exactly getting back to where he knows in his mind he's the most confident and the most dangerous.
Yeah, dude. Oh
It's,
man,
it's I forgot what really put it. Ah, man, who did he fight? He fought the gentleman with the big thing at the time, and that they had a thing where man, they just fought on the same card, I believe, again. But I think he's like
Mike Richmond.
Rich, yeah,
Yeah,
Richmond. So
yeah,
Lorenzo Hunt
yeah.
fought Richmond. The same thing. He got hurt and then got back up and didn't panic. He go, okay, cool. Let me get back to where I'm the most dangerous motherfucker on the planet, where I feel the
That's
best.
right.
And he
Yeah,
backed up, got back in his position, bang, and loaded up to where he knows he's the most dangerous man.
yeah,
It's a thinking man's game, bro. It's thinking.
yeah.
It's chess.
That's right. That's right, man. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I'm actually agreeing with you on so many points, dude. I like that. Oh man. All
Hey
right.
man, this is how cerebral I am with this shit, man. I'm so
I believe
cerebral
it.
about it. I love thinking about it. I watch fighting all the time, bro. I watch my old man achieve his wonders, man. I'm ready for mine.
I believe it. Yeah, and I believe, dude, that you're gonna go far, man. You're gonna go far. I look forward to seeing you fight as much as you got it in you, bro. And I can't wait for Palm Desert again. I'm definitely gonna be there. I'm gonna try to get my press pass so I can go back during the press conference or the post conference or whatever, and I'll start asking you some questions so you be ready.
Oh, definitely. I got you, man.
Yeah,
I'll give you my best.
yeah. All right. So, what after your two victories, dude? What did you do to celebrate? Or yeah, walk me through that. Talk to me about that. What's your go-to? You eat, go drink a couple of drinks.
Okay. Yeah. No, man. I'm believe it or not, bro. I'm very much kind of like family oriented, family and friends oriented. So as soon as the fight's done, there I go out, I watch the fight, I say hello. I got a few people from the fans from the crowd that's noticed me. Hey, how you doing? Great
Yeah,
fight. How you doing? Can I take a high five and take a picture of my kid? I'm all for it, man. I love doing all that stuff. But then after that, I sit down and I watch the fights. As soon as the fights are done, I skedaddle and I go to the nearest steakhouse and I get a nice steak with my family and friends and we all, I have a beer. I enjoy
yeah.
myself a nice brew and then, steak and do all that and I'm just, about the core team of what I got going on for me, my, team Stross and team me and what we got going on.
You did mention earlier that you you went from heavyweight to cruiserweight. So is cutting weight difficult for you?
No, sir. I'm walking around at 215 every day, ready to
Jeez.
make
And you're
weight
you're
in
6'2".
five
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, dude.
Yep,
Hell
ready to
yeah.
make
Hell
weight in
yeah.
5 days.
What is
Amen.
what do you do when you're not fighting, bro? I mean, does it, your life just revolve around fighting, or do you take breaks? I know after your last fight, I believe you were in
Yeah.
Catalina Island.
Oh yeah, so that was literally a buddy's birthday. My friend was
Okay.
turning 30, and hey man, I'm on Catalina for the day. Come hang out with us. Let's do it. So hop on the ferry, went to Catalina, went out of Long Beach, went to Catalina, had the day over there, and then ran into a fan, which was cool and random.
Hell
My
yeah.
first real like out and about fan.
Yeah.
Bro, you on? Did you fight on BKFC? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. How you doing? Kind of startled me too because I didn't know what was going on. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, hello, how are you, sir? So just kind of that was cool, and then talked to a fan, and then and then went back home, did my thing. But for me, bro, I'm in the gym 6 days a week. It never changes for me, bro.
Wow.
I'm every day.
Okay.
I'm ready for the call. It never changes. I go to work, I do my regular stuff, my regular life. I go to church, I read my Bible, but I'm every day. I go to the gym. I wake up and I go to the gym. I run every day, sometimes give myself a few days, depending on how my legs and feet feel. But I'm in the gym, and it never changes for me.
Damn, I need
I'm
to get
I'm
my
trying to
fat
go
ass
on a
up,
very
bro.
sick run right now.
Okay.
I want to keep
Good.
getting these guys up. They keep lining them up. I'll keep putting them down,
That's right.
ready for
Like
bring them in,
dominoes.
man.
Pow. Just pow, 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 pow,
Yeah, man.
pow.
Yeah, man. So even on my Instagram, I'm sure you follow me. I try to post every day on the Instagram thing, but it's a chore to keep up with. It is,
I
but
know.
I'm at the gym every day, and I post multiple times. I'm at the gym. Sometimes I do two a days. So it's just that
I know how hard it is to post
I'm
because
addicted to the game, brother.
that's right, that's right. And I think that's what's gonna count the most, dude, because not a lot of people train as much as, are like addicted to the lifestyle, A lot of people kind of just do their I mean, I'm not trying to put down fighters or anything, but I guess if you go above and beyond, you're gonna go above and beyond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I
Uh
believe in that.
so
I've always my motto is you get in what you put out. So if you don't put anything in, how do you expect to get anything out? So
that's right, exactly. I like that. I like that. I like that. Um Am I mistaken, or are you of Mexican descent as well?
yes, sir. My mother is from Chihuahua, Mexico, and
Ooh,
my father is black. My father is black and white, and my
okay.
mother is from Mexico. So I'm Mexican American.
Yeah. So, how's your Spanish? I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm just curious.
Terrible. Thanks for rubbing it in, man. Oh, yeah, no, I barely speak any Spanish, man. I spoke Spanish when I was a kid, but as I got older, I just kind of faded away as my mother's English got better and better and better. And then now my
Yeah.
mother speaks great English, and she obviously still speaks Spanish. Loves to yell at me in Spanish and calls me big head and all that. But
Cabezón.
yeah, no, cabezón, yeah, yeah. Oh, I've been hearing that my whole life. But
Oh my God.
yeah, but other than that, no, I'm no Spanish for me, man, not too much. But I do, I love my mother as every man should, and I'm appreciative of my mother, where she came from. Her story is always crazy to me about how she came to America all those years ago. So of course I rep America because I am an American, and I also
Right?
rep Mexican because I am a Mexican. So
That's right. That's right. Same here, brother. Same here. We're technically Chicanos, if you see people still believe that
there
stuff.
we go. Got it. Okay, good. Good to know. Put that term
Yes,
on it. Bam.
sir. Yes, sir. You're a Chicano, brother. Do you ever get a chance to visit Mexico, or at least where your mom's from, or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been a few times. My mom took me when I was a kid. And I went a few times as a teenager, and then Mexico when I was younger, just to have fun. But I haven't been to Mexico in a while, not for any particular reason, just because I haven't been traveling. I've been focused on what I got going on here and building my brand and fighting, and also my personal life, working with life and work and everything too. So
Okay, that's what's up, dude. That's what's up. I'm so glad I asked that Mexican question because I don't know where I saw it. It must have been on your Instagram, but I just didn't want to like disrespect or anything. So I'm glad I asked though.
no,
And
no,
you're
you're
such a
good.
cool dude,
No,
dude. You're such a
it's
cool dude.
thanks, man. Thanks, bro. I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thanks, man.
of
My
course, dude.
trunks have the American flag and the Mexican flag on one side.
That's
So
that's what it was, then. Yeah.
that that is my homage to my father and my mother. And then my
I
mother's
love that.
name is stamped. My mother's name is stamped on the back of my trunks. They always have been since I've always been fighting. My mother's name is Reina. So she's on my
Uh-huh.
back. My mother's always had my back, so therefore she's
Oh,
on the back of my trunks, watching my back.
that's special. I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you the oldest out of your siblings?
I'm the second oldest of my siblings. There's what
Okay.
seven of us. So
Big
yeah,
family.
yeah, quite a bit. A little
Yeah.
scattered. My father has children from a few different women, but from my mother and my father, there's two of us.
Okay. If so yeah, I guess for me, yeah, my dad has kids from a few different women as well, but I'm the second oldest. Oh, look how that worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, there you go.
Um, well, okay, so I see you're wearing a shirt. Do you wanna, is that tell us about your
Yeah, man.
shirt.
So this is Kirgo. They're an online casino. They're my sponsor. So they help me with a lot of my training stuff like that. They've also given me a code so you can gamble on Kirgo.com. Use code Stross, which is my flight name. I am the Stross. And then yeah, so this is Kirgo. Well, best online casino out there is, and they're taking good care of me. So yeah.
Is there any other than them, do you have any other sponsors? Would you like to give any cool shout outs to anybody, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, yeah, man, definitely. I'm gonna give a shout out to Chamba, my coach and good friend who's been with me since the beginning and will be with me till the end. My father has obviously always been there for me, and then yeah, before all of them, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who will always be my God forever.
Man,
And then my mother and everyone else, and then I have no other sponsor besides Kirigo right now. I've got a few I'm looming with, and then a couple I'm talking to as well. But Kirigo is the mainstay for me.
there you go. There you go. How about one message, dude, or a few messages, or whatever you want to say to the fans, the crowd, or hype yourself up, bro. Go for it.
Let's go. So Iman, Stross, the Stross Williams, man. I appreciate y'all. Bare Knuckle, you guys are a cool fan base. I get more and more of you guys always hit me up and some cool people sending me some fan art. I'm ready to fucking take over, man. I can't help it, but I'm ready. I want this. I work training hard every day for it. You can follow me at Only One Stross. Kirgo is the brand, man. They're dope taking care of me. Online casino, gamble on Kirgo.com. Bare Knuckle. Shit, this one directly to Bare Knuckle, man. This all you Bare Knuckle guys, bro. You guys are great. Some of you guys are cool, but I don't want to be your friends. Why? Because you're my competition, and you are my competition. So hopefully whoever I see at the top, I'll see you there. But I'm gonna be standing above y'all. So I'm just ready to keep going on my run and achieve my time in the sun, God willing.
Strong words from a strong man. Everybody,
I appreciate it.
Iman Williams, bro. Fuck. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. If possible, I need to get some more equipment, but I'm trying to get a hold of a little mic. And then since you're local, bro, I maybe we can link up and do like a live interview. Maybe go watch you train, record, or something like that. It'd be my
Yeah,
pleasure
that's right.
just to hook you up.
Where do you live, bro? I actually just bought a bike the other day because my videographer needed one. I broke his, so I just rebought him, and I bought an extra one for myself to just link it to my phone while I'm working out
Yeah,
solo without paying someone.
yeah.
So yeah, bro, I got one already. Let's do it. Well, I don't know where you
Send
live,
me.
sir.
No, I mean, I mean, I'm technically in Carson, East Carson, but I mean, I'm just down PCH, and
Nice,
I work in Long Beach, I mean, it's yeah, we'll
nice.
figure
So
that
I'm
out,
in
brother.
I'm in I'm in Hollywood, bro. So I'll catch you later, man. Hit me.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, once again, man, Iman Williams, man, up and coming fighter with a 2-0 record in the cruiserweight division. I I I can't stress enough that this guy is gonna go far, everybody. So keep a close eye on his career, follow him, and yeah, we'll look forward to you fighting in May, brother, here in SoCal.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you later, man. God
All right,
bless you.
buddy, I'll see you. God bless.